Hey everyone, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stamping with Denise. I'm so glad you can join me tonight. I have a different kind of card to share with you tonight. We're going to be stamping on some designer series paper. So I often forget about doing that, and I think that the results are very pretty, so I need to do it more. Anyway, so thank you so much for joining. Hopefully everyone will find us here and get on the live. Anyway, if you like what you see tonight, please give me some hearts or smiley faces. Not so much the thumbs up, but it helps the Facebook algorithm if you use the hearts. So, also, if you like what you see, please share my video and comment share down in the comments, and you might get a chance to win the project I'm working on tonight. Last week, I did this variation on an accordion fun fold. You can tell it's got a little extra piece right here. Where am I at? Right here, yeah. Right there. So, and because she shared and she commented, Debbie Britland is going to be getting this card. So Debbie, thank you so much for helping my small business and sharing my video with your friends. I'll have to get your address and I'll get this card out to you as soon as possible. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and once you do, click the little blue bell, and they'll notify you whenever I upload a new video. And I usually upload every Monday evening. So, with that being said, I'm going to switch the view down to my hands, and we're going to get started tonight. There we go. Okay. So the card we're going to do tonight looks like this. This designer series paper, hold on, let me find it here, is from the set Awash in Beauty. And the pink is the back side of this piece here. So some of the other, I've got some smaller pieces of it here just to show you some of the other. Hold on here, get it out of this bag. Some of the smaller other pieces of paper in this designer series paper look like that. So I think it's just a gorgeous set, and this is the back side. You know, Stampin' Up! Usually does a very graphic side and then a side that's a little more subdued. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes the back's as vibrant as the front, but usually the back is a little more subtle. So we're gonna do some stamping on this paper. It's something that I forget about doing, and I think the effects can be very pretty. So I will talk you through all of this. The colors for tonight for this card are Merlot, Pear, Pizzazz, and Garden Green. Okay? So we're going to get started. First of all, I created a bit of a template to kind of help guide me. I can't find it now, but when I was first kind of stamping my trial piece, you know, my sample to see where I was going to place my images, it was a mess. I had a hard time visualizing, you know, where this strip here was going to be. So I decided this strip was going to be 1.5 inches wide, which it is. So I took a piece of scratch paper and just drew lines on it here that were 1.5 inches wide. So this is kind of my visual. You know, it's not going to be exact, but it helps me when I'm stamping so that I know, you know, where to place my stamps. Now, the stuff in between here is all going to be covered up, and it will look like a hot mess. I will absolutely guarantee you. And I don't know where that piece went. Oh, here it is, here it is. I guess I threw it in the trash. Okay, this was my first attempt. Now remember, it would have been covered up. The center would have been covered up. You know, I had a lot of pieces too low. You know, it would have been covered up like that. And it's okay. So I played with it again using this, and I got my placement a little bit better. So that's just a tip. You know, just take a piece of scratch paper and put it on there, and it'll help you kind of visualize. So I think that what we're going to start with first, we're going to start with the garden green. And one more thing I need to get here, I need to get a piece of scrap paper. Hold on, that is at least as wide as my card. It's not quite wide enough. Okay. Sorry guys, I thought I had this out and I didn't. Okay, this will work. I'll just use this piece. You know, sometimes when we stamp, you know, especially if it's a long piece. Oh, let me look at this one's a little long. So anyway, have a piece available, a piece of scrap paper or something available. I know what I'll use. Here, I got this. So that if you are stamping something that's long and you don't want your, like your stem to go past where it's going to be covered up, see, you can kind of put it like this. And then if you stamp too low, it won't show on the bottom side. So you'll see what I mean as we go along. So I think we're going to start with the garden green. Oh, let me show you too the stamp set that I'm using for this. This is Forever Fern. I think it was new last year. I wanted to do this with flowers, but you know what? I didn't have an appropriate flower set. Usually I have tons of florals, and I think I've kind of cut back on buying flowers because I had too many flowers. Now I don't have enough, so now, you know, it's that forever struggle. So I went ahead and went with the greenery. It's got some great images with it, and we are going to put this one to use. So I'm starting with the garden green, and I'm starting with the image that looks like this. And I think that what we'll do, and you know, it doesn't have to be exact. This is just kind of to help you know where to place your stamping. So you can see that my, you know, this base, this is going to be covered up with my sentiment strip. Let me see, let me turn this around. I'm going to make this one a little bit shorter down here. And this center part is going to look, like I said, like a hot mess. But that is okay. Let's see, let's go right about there. Okay, that looks good. We can always come back and add some more, and we may very well. So that was garden green. Now we're going to go with the Merlot. And when I decided to stamp on this pink, I knew I kind of had to go with that. This one just screamed at me that this was the color I needed to use. So it was perfect for the berries here. So let's see here. And you know, I'm kind of looking at mine. I sort of like my placement on those. So see, that one's kind of long in it because I'm going to put it low. So it has the potential that it could bleed over on this side here. So I'm just going to put it up here a little bit to catch anything. You know what, that was almost too low, so, but okay, we'll go up here, put one up here. But you do see what I mean about using that. And let's see, let's put one down below there. Kind of go like that. And I'm going to put another small one on the top, I think, just because. wanted a little more red on the top, and I'm not sure that's going to be enough. Again, I still did it too low. Okay, one more time. There we go. And I'll just cover that up with my sentiment strip, no big deal. I'll leave that out because we're going to use that again. And then this is my Pear Pizzazz with our final kind of fill in. I would start, when you do something like this, start with the top, or with the largest ones, and then do the smaller ones. Okay, so see, that's okay so far. See how that's going to cover up that mess I made inside? No problem. Okay. Put something over here to fill in. Something up here. We need some down below. Something down here. Okay. Let's see. Give that just a second to dry. See, and you can kind of do a test. And you know what? I'm good with that. I think I'm going to stop before I screw something up, because sometimes less is more. Okay, let me put that away. And then I'm going to go ahead, while I'm here, I have my sentiment. I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. Oh, let me get, since this is going to be photopolymer, I'm going to put the good luck on here. And this is from the stamp set called Charming Sentiments. It is in the current annual catalog. It's one of the new ones this year, and it has a great coordinating set of dies that cut all of these sentiments out very close. It's a nice set. If you like sentiments, you know, a variety of sentiments to have available, it's one you need to have. Okay, so we're going to take the good luck. I am in the Merry Merlot. And I'm going to move this over just a little bit more than I did on my sample, because I was a little closer to my flower than I wanted to be. Okay, good luck. That's done. We're going to set that aside and close this up. Because you know, if I don't close my ink pad, I'll get it in something. You know, while I've got this, I think I'm going to go ahead and put this strip. You know what? And I haven't given you measurements. I'm very sorry. This piece of Designer Series paper is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. This gold piece is 1 1/2 by 3 7/8. This basic white is 1 1/4 by 3 7/8. Okay. I'm so sorry. I was so busy talking, I forgot. I think this would have been really pretty with some flowers, but like I said, I just didn't have an appropriate stamp set, so go figure. Okay, so I'm gonna put this on here, just like that. Okay, and actually I don't need this piece of paper anymore either. Let's see, I'm good there. I think I can go ahead and attach that to that front. You know, when I'm doing layers like this and they have to line up, I always build from the top down so that if I need to trim something, I can trim something. Because if you start adhering from the bottom up and something doesn't fit, it's really hard to fix. So that's kind of one of my tricks, because you know, sometimes you can be off just a fraction and it doesn't make any difference. Sometimes it does, and to me, on these, when I want these edges to line up, I want them to line up. Okay, now I have a piece of basic white. This one's 4 by 5 1/4, and it is going to go just like that. So, and I don't generally like these really small, you know, peaks of color. But you know what, because they're hard to place and it's easy to get them askew. But you know what, I didn't want a big white border either. I just wanted something to kind of frame this piece of DSP because I didn't feel like it looked nice on the, it didn't pop enough. It needed something to kind of set it apart from the card base here. This card base is Merlot, and it's 8.5 by 5.5. I'm folding it in half, and that is going to be our card base. You know what? We're not that far from being done with this, guys. This, see, it really is easy. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. Okay, there we go. There's that. Now we just need to do our embellishing. Now, on here I used some Pear Pizzazz, and I cut out this image using my cut and emboss machine, my Stampin' Up! Cut and emboss machine. So, the first time I did it, I adhered this with Tombow glue. And I like the glue, but when you're dealing with foil, sometimes you get, it's really easy to smudge. It's not very forgiving. And I do have just a little bit of smudge next to that stem. Well, most people are not going to be bothered by it. I just don't like the look. So, I decided to cut it out using, and I adhered the Stampin' Up! Adhesive sheets. So it makes it like a sticker, and all I have to do is pull it out. I don't know if you've seen it in the catalog. This is what they come. There's a package that has 12 sheets in it. This is worth its weight in gold. You just kind of cut it out. You put it on the back of your, what you want to stamp, and then when you cut it out, you lay your die on the front, just like you normally would. So, anyway, so I'm going to peel this off, but one thing that I failed to take into consideration was this comes in strips. So I'm going to have to, I've got a strip, I had 2 strips here that I put together. So now I've got all these pieces I'm going to have to take off separately here. Hang on. See where I'm going with that. And I didn't think that went through very well. But one advantage, too, that I did find using the, whoops, I kind of bent that, didn't I? Using the adhesive back, I got more of a detail from the die because it was just a little bit thicker. You can see this one here on the right has more detail embossing on it than the one on the left. So, you know, it kind of, it was an unexpected bonus. So I'm going to get my little knife here and just kind of pull this up. Oh, shoot. It is very sticky. And I'm kind of stuck to it. Again, well, this seems like this is a pain to take this off of here. Sometimes this is the easier alternative than trying to glue it down. So let me grab my tweezers here. Get my finger unstuck. I'm going to put this right here. Yes, I like this placement much better, moving my good luck over. I can put this right about here. I want it all on the card, not hanging off the side. There we go. And see, look at that. I don't have to mess with glue, any other adhesives, things like that. So, super simple. Get those adhesive sheets. That item number is 152334. 12 sheets will last you forever. but it's well worth the money. Okay, now we're almost done. We have to do some embellishing. First, I'm going to use the Champagne Rhinestone Basic Jewels to kind of give it a little bling. I've got 4 left on this pack here I'm going to use. You can tell I like them. I've used them all up, but I've got another one. Yay! That here, and that one. Let me see, let's put that right about here. That works. And then on my new pack, I am going to use one of the, let's see, do I have just, no, there's this size 2. Okay. Put one of these right here. There we go. And I already tied it, the little bow, but I use the Simply Elegant trim. Okay. I'm going to attach that with a little glue dot. Let me get my glue dots out here. And what I do is I just kind of pick, you know, ball it up into a little ball. Adhere it to the back of the knot. Kind of smoosh it in. And smoosh. There we go. Sometimes I wish I could use a half a glue dot. I've tried to cut them in half. They don't really work, but maybe I should try cutting them in half on the paper and see if that works. Okay. But look at that. There we go. Oh, one more thing we didn't do. Sorry, forgot this. Need a piece on the inside. Because this is a dark card base, you need a white or a light colored inside to be able to write your greeting or stamp your sentiment. Like I said before, I tend to not stamp an inside sentiment until I know who or, you know, what exactly event I'm using it for. Okay, let's get a little more of that. There we go. So I usually just end up writing something on the inside. I don't often stamp, except I definitely do at Christmas time because I do so many cards. So anyway, there you go. Don't forget about using your designer series paper to stamp on. If you do it, I would love to see what you make. So please post, you know, if you decide to stamp on some designer series paper, I'd love to see what you create. Okay, everybody, don't forget we've only got a couple weeks left of celebration. Use my host code. Your order of $50 or more before shipping and tax will get you a gift from me. So thank you so much, and I will see you next Monday night for Stamping with Denise. Bye now, everybody.